Hello everyone. Today I'm here to make an announcement. So, recently, on last Wednesday, I did a live stream at around 8 p.m. 7 actually it was 7 p.m. UK time. Quite honestly, even though nothing really happened, I had a lot of fun. And unfortunately, whether due to lack of knowledge or whether due to lack of my representation of it, uh not a lot of viewers of the channel appeared. Now I don't want that to be the case. I enjoyed streaming because it gives me the ability to speak with you personally, to talk with you guys, but that doesn't allow me to do the reviews. I thought I could probably watch an episode and be fine with it, but I quickly realized as I was trying to edit that I would focus too much on the conversations I was having with Alex, which was the viewer at the time who was managing to watch, and Something, which was also the other viewer who kept around watching the stream. Now, what I want to say by this is that I am planning from next Sunday on, not this Sunday, on next Sunday on, to start streaming every week, every Sunday at around either 18 UK time, 18 hours, 1800 hours UK time, or 6 p.m. UK time, to 7 p.m. UK time. I'm planning on doing live streams every day. These will last however long I feel like it, or until I have to go, probably 2 hours maximum, probably, but it really does depend. I'm planning on, quite honestly, what I have planned for next live stream is probably just me playing Overwatch for a little bit and answering questions. Maybe we'll do Q&As. Maybe we'll just talk and do it just chatting on YouTube, which I know it's kind of weird. Something along those lines. Maybe we can get some viewers and play Among Us. I don't know, something. We'll do, and we'll think about something. We can watch random videos, whatever it is. My point is, I want to do more live streams because, again, I think that it's fun and I enjoy doing them. However, by doing a live stream, there's something I need you to understand. If I am doing a live stream that day, there isn't going to be a video. So every Sunday will be like my break day from videos. It's especially for me to allow myself, because I'm still studying editing now. It's to allow myself some time to make sure that I can have videos daily for the rest of the days. And it's kind of Sunday will be kind of a recording day. I'll record a lot of videos and then I'll edit them throughout the week, and I'm planning on doing that from this moment on. Obviously, I'm not going to, unless you guys really want to. I'm not going to stream tomorrow, but if you would really like me to start a week early, I could. But my point is, I am going to start streaming every week from this moment on. So that is all. I wanted you guys to know that it's a channel update. And come back, give us suggestions of shit you want to see and stuff, and we'll have a good time. So see you guys on the next video. Bye. So, hello everyone. So this segment right here is to talk about a comment that I received recently on my channel. Now, the comment in question was a criticism on how I have been doing things. Now, the person, I feel like the person was afraid that I would get mad at it. Not at all. I like to receive criticism. Recently, I received a comment from Yori D with some criticism and some feedback. Now, the things he said in that comment he starts it. Please don't take this the wrong way. I don't take things the wrong way. You can be literally, and I'm quite being honest about this. You can be as mean as you want and as honest as you want with me, because I'm not going to take it in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to read it, and if I find your criticism to be valid, I'll address it. And that's the point. That's why I'm doing this, because I do find some of the things he says here, he or she, I do apologize, I'm not sure, but Yori does sound like a boy's name, but I'm sorry. But he or she is exposing here. I do find some to be legitimate criticisms and some things that might require, let's just say, clarification. So what I thought about doing is I'm going to read the comment in question, and I'm going to talk point by point about this. He begins by stating, please don't take this the wrong way. I know that you had a long segment a couple of videos back talking about your channel, doing expectations, what you're trying to do, etc. It's simple as that. I've been dealing with what you're talking about here. It's not just about expectations and stuff like that. I've been having personal problems in my life. And that video was mostly to explain and justify and kind of run away from my channel a little bit, but was also saying that I enjoyed so much that I don't want to leave it. I know it's not a question, but I wanted to explain why that video happened. So he says that's why he feels compelled to give his opinion. Feel free to ignore it. I don't ignore any comment. I read all the comments, even if I don't answer them, even if I answer them a month later. I read them the exact moment I get them, unless it's like something that's held for review or something along those lines. Like I read it the moment I get those comments, or shortly after that. So I never ignore anything, even if it's a negative comment, even if it's a comment saying go fuck yourself. I will not ignore that. So you don't have to concern yourself with that. So he says that he has watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. They're mostly very happy videos where nerds like himself, nostalgic people enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh!, remember the old days, laugh at the little creations, laugh at what Lil Krill created with all on his own and with presumably close to zero knowledge on filmmaking and no precedence. Now, it is true. What Karibo did, and this statement is very true. And please allow me, Yuri, to clarify something. All the criticism I give, I do understand that he probably did not have the knowledge, and I don't blame it. I give that criticism to explain how it could be done better. Just that. It's not me trying to be mean to him or undermine his work. I find what he did to be quite impressive, and quite honestly, I am jealous of Little Koribo and people like Team Forza, because they managed to create something so amazing. I understand perfectly well that Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge and Dragon Ball Bridge and all of the Bridge series are meant usually are created for the fans and are created by people who do not have the same knowledge that I own, and they don't care about certain aspects that someone like me in my area would care, and the normal person, the normal spectator would care. I understand that perfectly well, and I want you to also understand that point. So to be honest, I have a love-hate relationship with your videos. So do I. So do I, to be honest. I also sometimes love them or hate them. For instance, I love the Dragon Ball video that's 50 minutes long, but some videos that I've done, even on Yu-Gi-Oh!, like the early Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos that I did, I'm not really proud of them. So I feel like I feel compelled to fast forward parts where you talk for 5 to 10 minutes straight, ripping apart the show. I don't understand how you smile and laugh watching these videos and then stop to give a 10-minute monologue on why the show doesn't make sense. The editing is poor, there's no character development, no plot, too similar during the show, etc., etc. This is an interesting point, and I've been obviously struggling myself into finding a reason, to give you a reason to legitimately please you. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't give you a reason to just please you, but I don't want you to think that what I'm doing is either fake or it's just, you know, for show, or it's just a persona or something along those lines. So I have a philosophy that's very simple. I feel like no matter how much you like something, Yuri, there are good things about that something and there are bad things. I don't believe in perfection, basically. And I don't care about things like experience and things like, you know, nostalgic factors and stuff like that. When I watch a show, I try to be impartial, and the show makes me laugh, so I laugh. But at the same time, I am looking at the show. I am looking at how the show is done, and I'm looking at how the show is put together, and I'm trying to see if what's being done there, it's being done correctly from a cinematic point of view. Now, I'll tell you this, you know, upon reading your comment, I felt like you were mostly, let's say, I think that the right word was annoyed at the fact that I sometimes, you know, as you put it, rip it apart. You further down comment saying that you like when I talk about, you know, character design and stuff like that. So it feels to me that you only don't, in the way I understood it from reading this, and again, like you said, don't take this the wrong way. It felt to me like your only problem with the videos are when I do negative criticism and not positive criticism. Now, all types of criticism is composed by positive and negative criticism. Negative criticism has a purpose of evolving. When you receive negative criticism about yourself or about something that you've done, the point is to look at it and see how you can improve upon it. I usually rip it apart, as you put it, to explain to the viewers how they might in the future, and to teach them how they might in the future if they wish to do something similar, or if they are the paired with a situation that's similar to that of the abridged show, whether it's their own project, whether it's an abridged project, whatever. I explain it to them why it's done wrong from a filmmaking point of view. Because I want to help them, and because I really enjoy these shows. I enjoy these shows, so ripping them apart is me telling you can be better, you can do better, you can be more than just a goofball. And again, I know perfectly well that I will make mistakes whilst doing this exact type of analysis and criticism. I get that. But the reason why I bother, you tell me here, I don't understand why you smile and laugh and stop for 10 minutes. Doesn't make sense. You know, well, I wonder why you bother watching it at all. I watch it because I like it. Critics can find bad things and good things about shows they like. And I have watched films that are horrid, cinematically speaking, but I still enjoy them. For instance, I like The Room. And you can tell me, well, but The Room has a certain type of charm. Yeah, it's true, but it's a terrible film, cinematically speaking. And I could sit here, much like you're watching, and we could watch the entirety of The Room, and I would laugh at it and enjoy it and rip it apart. But that's because I enjoy it, and I enjoy finding the flaws and the positives about what I'm watching. It's part of my brand as a channel. It became, part of my brand as a channel. And I bother watching it because I still do like it, even though it has flaws. So to finalize that point, you know, I feel like what you have a problem with is that negative criticism. And understand something, Yuri. This show isn't perfect at all. It isn't. No show is. No show will ever be. My reviews and reactions are far from perfect, and it's a ever evolution. And someday in the future, someone might look at what I'm saying and make a video talking about what is this clown talking about. That's so wrong. That's completely inaccurate. And I'll have to take it, and it will be true, or not, or whatever. But that person could still be a fan of my channel. Just because we say negative stuff about something, it does not mean that we don't like it. It might just mean that we want to improve it. And in my eyes, I do it for an educational purpose and because I want to see improvement on the show. I find these flaws and I bother watching it for that. So, the show is for people who remember the show. Apparently you don't. I do remember the show. Not a lot of it, obviously, but I do remember some aspects of it. And quite honestly, I'm going to be here very honest with you. If you watched the entire episodes from Yu-Gi-Oh that I have done, you'd realize that even though I do have a sincere lack of knowledge and like really big, that I have not only have watched the entire show, but I do remember some aspects of the show, and that I do sometimes remember whilst I'm talking things about the show. Some of my comments are undermined by my lack of knowledge, not knowing they actually won here. So let me just check something. So about Taya, Taya actually won here. I'm assuming you're talking about my comment about him changing characters and making Taya like this mastermind kind of thing. Because a lot, yes, that was misinformation, but it's just correct me. I don't have any problems in admitting when I'm wrong, and he actually apparently changed it. And if they actually won and they is actually smart in dueling and stuff like that, obviously, I'm going to start looking at her character differently. It is true that what you say here, that some of my comments, because the videos are so long doing an analysis, and this I'm already talking about the rest, not trying to be mean really at all. You don't have to know about these things, but shooting a analysis merits some background on your part, in my opinion. So this is the biggest issue I wanted to address. And yes, you're right, I didn't know about Taya, and I made a dumb comment regarding her character. That is correct. You guys, I love it when you guys correct me in the comments below saying, well, you're actually wrong and this is not true. Just recently, I received a comment talking about how he thought a comment of mine, an analysis of mine, could have been perceived differently, and how the thing I thought didn't work might have worked and worked for that person. And quite honestly, I enjoy that. There's two aspects to analysis and criticism. One being the subjective aspect, the other being the objective aspect. When it comes to doing these analysis and criticisms, it's impossible for me to have the background knowledge to do them properly. I hope you understand that. Obviously, I know it can be frustrating to hear like someone spread somewhat misinformation when it comes to it, but it's just the way things are. If I can't watch the abridged show, and having the knowledge from Yu-Gi-Oh, the original show, like completely, I don't think it would change much of what I say to justify it. Do you understand that? Like, obviously, the characters here, I had like, obviously that comment about Taya was absolutely stupid, and I see that now because they actually won. So, and she was actually smart, and that was the play on what that Kariba was doing. I get that, but I don't think there's two things that I don't think actually. First, I don't think that an abridged should be so dependent on the original show for people to understand it. The reason being, it's because it's a parody and adaptation, and I don't think you should have to know the original material to get and to enjoy it, which I don't think, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's what's happening here. Obviously, seeing Taya lose here, from an analytic point of view, I probably should have had the information that she and actually won. But I didn't, and I made a dumb comment. It happens. I apologize. And quite honestly, it will happen in the future. Again, it's improv. It's improv analysis, and it happens. Uh, the thing that I find about interesting about my channel is that I do the analysis and criticisms completely improvised whilst I'm reacting. So obviously I'm not going to give you some very in-depth, like really well thought out and well built um, analysis and criticism on what I'm watching, because that would be completely impossible. I don't have that ability. I do it just to be different from any other reaction, where I just laugh at the jokes I find funny, and I pretend to laugh at the jokes I don't find funny, which is what happens in most reactions. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of reactors out there who laugh sincerely and fakely at all types of jokes. And I prefer to, instead of laughing at everything and being just one of those happy faces, to give you guys some kind of education and some kind of teachings. And if I am wrong, even about what I'm talking about, even about the terminology that I'm using and stuff like that, I just recently graduated from film school. Like, I'm not the leading expert on film theory or anything along those lines, so I might be wrong. My point is, it says I just want a discussion, to create a discussion. You know what I'm saying? And both criticism and the analysis allow me to do that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You guys tell me in the comments below, and I just apologize for being wrong and say I'm stupid. And usually on the next video, I say apparently that's not the case. On the next video of this, I didn't think that the Taya winning was actually as important as you mentioned it, but now that I've thought about it, it actually is. The next video is not going to have anything about that, so I apologize for that, but it's whatever. It's not that. The Dragon Ball comparisons, I thought about this a lot. There's three things I want to say about the Dragon Ball comparisons. First of all, they don't happen as often as they did anymore. And if you watched all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Reaction series, you surely can admit to that. Second of all, we're talking about a genre, the abridged genre. Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are in a genre called the abridged genre that was created by Little Kuribo when he created Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. There is comparisons to be made, regardless of, though, obviously Dragon Ball learned from the mistakes that Yu-Gi-Oh! Did, because it came after, and that's why I do comparisons. Sure, the comparisons might not be fair because Yu-Gi-Oh! Came first, so obviously, he didn't know what he was doing, whilst Dragon Ball already had a roadmap. But that's to show, in my opinion, pointing out the differences and doing the comparisons only points out in my opinion, how much more impressive Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is, considering the fact that he was walking in blind whilst the other shows had a flashlight and already a map to where they wanted to go mostly. So that's all I wanted to say about the Dragon Ball comparisons. So I do apologize if you feel like that's how it came off, like Dragon Ball is the best and Yu-Gi-Oh! Sucks and whatever. But that's not really at all what I wanted to show. And it is true that the first few episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, I did talk a lot and compared it a lot, but those are the reasons. So what else? I know you want to do something different from all the other reactions, but I do feel like we can purchase from first graders. I actually did this. This is the exact thing. I did this yesterday with my mom. My mom's an art teacher, and art teacher. She teaches kids how to paint and art, and we're talking about it. And my point is that it doesn't matter what level of experience you have. Feedback is the cornerstone of evolution, and feedback needs to be negative and positive to show what's right and what's wrong. And an art critic reviewing a part portraits from first graders, they should, if the first grader wants to learn how to be an artist, then he should be criticized like he was an adult. And he might cry for it, sure, but he will learn. That's the point. This might sound a bit mean and cold for me to say. But the thing is that if you want to do something, you need to be prepared to listen that you are doing it wrong and why you're doing it wrong. Unless you're doing it right, then you just tell them to fuck off. That's as simple as that. My criticisms, you can discard them completely. If you think that the show is right and works perfectly well, then my criticisms are meaningless for you. And you should ignore them completely. And like you say, you should just skip them and just watch the parts where I laugh. Now, if you want to learn from a cinematic point of view why they might be wrong and why they are wrong, and then gain the knowledge of, oh, if we're talking in a more professional, more cinematic, more knowledgeable area of the genre, this is not really well done. That's fine. You can watch those parts, but again, criticism is important. I don't think you actually play the card game. That's untrue. I actually played it when I was young. Not a lot. I didn't play it a lot, and I don't find the significance in that. Listen, emotional connection when you're doing an analysis and a criticism is the worst thing that you can have. I love Pokemon, but if I was here watching the Pokemon movies, I would probably even be harsher on them. And don't even get me starting on the Pokemon show, because I would rip that shit apart. Emotional connections, because I think what you're trying to say is that you don't have the emotional connection that the viewers have to Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, and to Yu-Gi-Oh! And to Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, and that's why you do those things. Trust me, I'm way more critical with the things I like than with the things I don't like. I don't give a shit if something that I don't care is done poorly or not. But if I care about something, the more I care that it's done right. And because I have learned how to do it right, I wanted to see it done right. Again, that's one of the reasons why I bothered with watching this and ripping it apart. So no one watched this cartoon for the plot and cinematic qualities. That's not a good argument. I received a comment from a guy that comments a lot on my channel, thankfully. Thank you for commenting, by the way. Saying that it's a filler episode, you shouldn't really care. They are meant to be bad. That's just being... I'm sorry to say this, but that's just being ridiculous. Just because the point isn't to be a beautiful seventh masterpiece, with depth and all of that. Just because it's for children and for kids and for sell a toy doesn't mean it cannot have those qualities and those capacities. It doesn't mean that a show created for a card game cannot have a good plot. It doesn't mean that it cannot have good editing, good writing, good animation, good voice acting, good everything. It doesn't mean that. And if we allow people to be mediocre in our shows just because it's not meant to be like that, I'm sorry, that's an argument that I completely despise. And when you said this, like, up until now, I was actually legitimately fine with what you're saying. When you told me that no one watched this cartoon for cinematic plot, that actually made me a bit angry. Because it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if nobody watched it for those qualities. Tons of people worked on this show. And I'm sure that there are some very passionate people about Yu-Gi-Oh! Out there who would have wanted this show to be better and greater. And it doesn't matter if back then it was just to sell merchandise. It matters that people deserved a good show. No matter how old you are, you don't deserve to eat shit just because that shit might come with a toy. That's basically what I'm telling you. So, in general, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a bad show, not at all, and I think it has improved a lot, especially the abridged version. Now, I have no idea about the original show. I don't remember it enough to say if the show improved or not. all I have is the comments saying that it did improve. And I have seen an improvement on the abridged show. That is the reality. But again, it does not matter if people didn't watch the show for the plot or cinematic qualities. They should still be there. They could still be there. And there could still be passion inside of it. And that's not a good argument. And I'm sorry that made me a bit angry. Again, this is nothing against you personally. I just think these types of comments are escapes from fans. I have a friend of mine who loves this show, and every time I criticize it just a little bit, he gets super defensive about it. And it's legit criticism. And, I feel like fans sometimes can't accept criticism about the things that they enjoy because they want to live in this world where it's perfect, but it's not. I'm sorry. And I think it's more enjoyable, in my opinion, to be able to see the flaws than to live in a world where you think you're never going to see something better than that. Regardless of that, and I'm sorry about the tone in my voice right now, but that argument really pissed me off. We did it because we like the game and everything, and the anime were cool. That's not an excuse. Avatar: The Legend of Aang or Avatar: The Last Airbender, depending on where you live, is a kids show, and it's an amazing show, and it's my favorite show of all time. And it has all the cinematic qualities that you'd look for in a feature, in a feature Oscar-worthy movie. So that argument is complete bullshit, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to accept that. And I do apologize for the aggressiveness in my voice right now, but that just made me angry. Like it's like telling a painter that what you told me here. It's like telling a painter that it doesn't matter which color he paints with. It's just going to go into the garbage regardless. And that's just it's my pride as a cinema guy that you are attacking right now, and that wasn't cool, dude. That wasn't cool. After we grew up with the original, it's a bit shameful, but we watch you get but because of all the commitment create here. What he created is great. This is the greatest magic of the show. I don't get appreciation from you. I'm sorry if you don't get the appreciation from me, but I feel like I have been praising it more and more by every episode. So I'm sorry if you don't. I know this show is obviously really connected. The next sentence, and I don't know if you can be as appreciative. Obviously not. I'm not head over heels for Yu-Gi-Oh! So obviously, this will always mean more for Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans than for me. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but my friend, I still appreciate it. I still appreciate the show. I still appreciate the fact that the show talks to the fans in a way that it gives them, the criticism that the show deserves, and it parodies the characters they love. I feel like it's doing what an abridged show should do. Even though I feel like it has flaws, I feel like it's doing for the fans what they deserve, which is an homage to the series. So obviously, I'm not going to look at it with the same eyes as you, who clearly loves Yu-Gi-Oh! But at the same time, I still think that I'm appreciative enough of the show. Maybe I'm wrong. See, and in the finale, you say, you still like all of this stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one thinking this thing. I just want to share. I will probably check out your videos there. But the criticism just feels too much. Character design, informative, like how character design conveys personality. That's criticism. What you're talking about is criticism. The word criticism gets a bad rap because usually people think that it's just negative. Criticism is pointing out the good things and the bad things, and the character design is conveying personality is a part of an analysis. And when I say that that's a good thing, that's a criticism. So I think criticism gets a bad rap in general, and to end this because it's already been I'm sorry for the bad audio. It's my I forgot to turn my mic on. So I forgot to turn my mic on, so I'm sorry for the terrible audio. but I'm not going to redo this. To end this, dude, listen, show's fine, okay? Show, don't expect me, obviously don't expect me to praise the show like it's the greatest thing that it was created. Obviously, I'll find problems with the show, and obviously I don't have the same connection that you have with the show. When I say that the editing is poorly done in a specific episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, it's because I want you, the viewer, to understand that it's not done right and that it could have been done right. That doesn't mean that the show sucks. That doesn't mean that the show is terrible. That doesn't mean and that doesn't lose the importance and significance that it has to you or to anyone that feels that same way. Okay? It's just criticism. It's just me explaining things the way things are. Unfortunately, in life, we cannot change facts. But I wanted to make a deal with you. Every time you feel like I'm being unfair with the show, give me a comment and tell me exactly when you felt in the video I was being unfair, how I was being unfair, and why I was being unfair. Okay? And I'll try to explain to you, and we'll try to reach a consensus. So that is all. Thank you, Yuri, if you watched this. Thank you to anyone that might have had the same doubts and wanted clarification. And Yuri, if you have any more questions or if you feel like I didn't explain something correctly, do ask and do comment down below. I'll try to give you my honest, unbiased answer. And I'll try to give you a good answer. I hope, you know, much like I took your comment in good sport, I hope you take mine. And I hope you are a good sport about it as well. I expect you to be, because of how you wrote your comment. That was all. This is probably going to go with the live stream announcement video because I don't want to put it on an actual video. I just realized that it just would be too long. So, bye.